good, YouTube? Dorsey Made Gaming here, and today I want to talk a little bit more about Madden 18 because why not, man? I'm hyped. I'm excited about it. One thing that we need to note is this that I was thinking about last night, and that's that, you know, we want new stuff in the game, but EA has pretty much gone out and said that, you know, they're bringing in the Frostbite to add elements from other games. Not only like other games in their repertoire, such as FIFA and things of that nature, but also games such as other Madden versions. I guess the biggest draw, I mean, we know Ultimate Team's going to be legit. Haven't heard anything about Draft Champions, so it makes me wonder if they're even going to bring it back. Another one is franchise mode, career mode, and story mode has been pretty much the talk of the town right now. Like I said, y'all, you know, if they do it like they did with Fight Night Champion and like they did with FIFA, then it's a set story. And, you know, once I got to thinking about that, I was actually like, that's okay. You know, I can deal with that. However, well, not really however, but, you know, in retrospect to that, if that's the way that they're going to do it, then I would also like to have like the same features that I feel like are going to be present in story mode in franchise mode. For instance, if I do a franchise mode and I start out as, say I'm doing a single player, you know, I'm starting out as me as the player, controlling one player, then I would like to start out being able to go to the combine and build my draft stock, things of that nature. And that's a very real possibility. And that, you know what, if that's the case, I am completely okay with that. Now, will they do this? I'm not sure. For a couple of reasons. One of them being, if that's the case with career mode, people aren't going to do story mode. So it's really up in the air. And with the game being, what, 3 months out from release, that's pretty much already set. I mean, really, at this point, the game is pretty much entering into its beta. It's probably in its beta phase now, entering, you know, those final cuts and things of that nature. But that would be interesting, and it's not something that hasn't been done in a Madden game before. Remember in the older Madden games, I can't remember what year it was, but you used to be able to take a Wonderlic exam. You also had to do on-the-field drills, and you actually got to see yourself into the draft and stuff like that. You had an agent. I mean, there was a lot of different things that went on in that, and I believe that they very well will bring that back. The only reason I would like to see those elements in story mode is because I would like to, you know, have the game revolve around me. But if it's in career mode, then that's fine too. But my thing is this, like, honestly, I'll be real with y'all. If story mode is a set character where, you know, it depends. If there's depth to it, I'm okay with it. But if it only lasts like a season, or maybe 2 seasons, I'm not that cool with it. It depends, you know. I really think with a season mode that, I mean, with a story mode, that it would extend throughout your career. Now, that kind of concerns me because are you even going to be playing a full NFL schedule? Are you playing highlighted games? Are you know, just following along the story throughout your career and things of that nature? I mean, because if that's the case, you know, I would rather do without a story mode, to be honest with you. The reason I'm excited for story mode is for that possibility. But like I said, if they implement those characteristics into a connected franchise, then I'm cool with it. I guess we get so excited about story mode. The people that are excited about it are the ones that, like me, would like to take your own created character through a story mode setup. However, let's face reality, y'all. That's probably not what they're going to do. However, those same elements could be, like I said, added into connected franchise mode, you know, with your when you're playing the single player mode, where, you know, instead of starting out, you know, a speedy receiver or whatever you want to be, you actually go through drills and do that. I would be extremely happy with that. I'm not even gonna lie. I just want, I guess what we want is more control and more personality and depth to our connected franchise modes. I remember in the older Madden, even when you played with the team, they would, you know, you had a pregame talk show thing, not talk show, but a pregame talk, you know, and they actually would remember, like, say if I played with the Browns, they're like, this is their first NFL Super Bowl appearance, and if I won next year, if I won that year and got back into the playoffs or the Super Bowl the following year, they would talk about previous year, and I thought that was really cool. So it's going to be extremely interesting to see what they do with story mode. I know a lot of people say they'll go the route of FIFA and things like that, but one thing we have to understand is that the FIFA crowd is not the same as the Madden crowd. However, the more I listen to people talk about story mode, the more it makes sense that that's probably the route that EA is going to go. So if that is the case, I would like to see elements of story mode in connected franchise mode. If I create my own character and play in that regard, I would like to see those elements. Like, I want to be able to run my 40, take a Wonder League test. I would like to control my draft stock. Instead of selecting where I go in the draft, I want to be able to control that and determine where it goes. So that's you know, that's it in a nutshell as far as story mode. Until we hear some more, until we hear some more details on it, that's, you know, we have to base it off of what we've seen in previous games. And I know people will say, well, in the future they can improve it. They can technically do that now. A big key is going to be, what are they going to do with FIFA story mode next year? Now, if they continue with the same character and stuff like that, then you can rest assured that in Madden it's going to be the exact same situation. You know, one guy pointed out that it's one actor, it's one voice actor. That doesn't bother me, not even for the story, simply because if you look at NBA 2K, their story mode is one actor, the same voice, the story is even the same. However, it's meshed into one career mode. You see what I'm saying? It's like after the story is over, you pretty much play out the rest of your career. I would like to see that, but I don't think that EA is going to take a page out of 2K's playbook. If they did, that would be marvelous, because not only would it give you that character specialization into your career mode or your story mode, but it would also add depth to it in the fact that you would just pretty much be playing out my career after the story has concluded. I think that would be brilliant. And then, you know, when you retire, there's an element of the story that comes back or something of that nature. Now, the reason why I think that that could be a possibility is simply because if you look at the features, they talk about the play now. Basically what they did in NBA Live some years ago, where you could, you know, if the game was played today, tomorrow you could play that actual game, replay that game in Madden. And they said this in Madden 18, that you can take that game, say if the Cowboys playing the Redskins today, I'm playing that game tomorrow on the console with the exact same rosters and everything, injury status, stats, and all that. You can go from that game and continue a season into that game. So they've basically meshed play now, where you could do a play now element and carry it into a season and carry out the rest of the season. So they could very well do that with the My Story mode. They could mesh that into a story, but have it play out into the connected franchise mode. Because one thing that I did notice is that when they talked about franchise mode, they didn't say connected franchise. They just said franchise. Very interesting. Why? Because I think with connected franchise, it was connected. You could play as a coach, you could play as a player, you could play as an owner. And with that being the case, you can actually shape and mold all of that into one. Like if I was to play as a player, I could quit, and without starting a new franchise, I could create myself as a coach, or I could create myself as an owner. And I think that's really cool. However, they didn't really talk about that. Only thing that they talked about inside of franchise mode from what they appeared, what appeared on the game notes, was that with franchise mode, you're in control of the whole show. And that's how franchise mode used to be. You was the owner. You was everything. So I don't know about that. Now, if they do go the correct connected franchise route, I would love to, from a coach's standpoint, start out as an assistant or a coordinator. Like you do in NCAA 14, you have the choice to be a head coach, or you could be an offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator and work your way up to a head coach position. I think that would be freaking awesome, man, because the whole thing with career mode is you don't want it all at once. Like, I would like to be able to work for it. If I'm a player, I want to work my way into the depth chart in a fun and very interactive way, though. And as a coach, I would like to start out as a, or even as a player, go from a player to a coach to an owner, like have that path there. Now, I know people say that's a lot in the game. However, when you think about it, it's really not, because if they do it the connected, it's basically like at the end of one, this one starts and picks up. You know what I'm saying? I think they used to do that in one of the college games. After your career, you could go on to be a head coach if you didn't go to the NFL draft, which is really cool. And with the Frostbite engine, and like I said, game being on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, that is a very real and ultimate possibility, y'all. All in all, I'm very, very, very hyped for this game. Let me know in the comment sections what y'all want to hear about this. Also, what other games are y'all interested in, man? Because I have a lot of other games that I'm very interested in. I know the majority of the audience is Madden and NCAA fans. They're football fans, and I love that because I love football. But, for some in-between videos and stuff like that, what are some other game genres that you're into? RPGs, action games, fighting games, whatever the case may be. Let me know and we can discuss that stuff on the channel. That will also add to the stuff that I can give away on the channel and things like that. We're getting very close to 500, y'all. I told y'all when I get to 500, I got a surprise for y'all. I really, really appreciate the love and support. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to hit up the comments, y'all, because I love being able to talk to y'all and communicate with y'all. Like I tell y'all all the time, I don't ever want to get so big that I can't talk to my fans, my subscribers and things of that nature. I think that's really awesome. I love the discussion and things like that. I just want to cater this channel more to my subscribers because I'm here for y'all. I'm not, I love doing this, but if y'all wasn't watching, I wouldn't do it. So this is y'all's channel. What would y'all like to see on it as well? But that's all I got for now, y'all. Till next time, and God bless.